Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, the 14th day of November. Here we go. Today's halacha is about the special kavanas that you must have, the special intentions that you must think when reciting God's name. You know, we're not allowed to mention God's name in vain. That's a huge sin. According to some, and be very careful about this, when you say God's name and you don't think about the particular meaning of God's name as you're saying it, that too could be considered like God's name in vain, and that's scary because if you daven without intention as you daven, you say God's name a lot of times, and if you say it without the intention of what it means, whew, serious stuff. So let's get it straight and let's always try to do it right. When you say Elokim, that form of God's name, the intention there when we say that Elokim name is that God is the power over all powers. Got that? God is the power over all other powers. The absolute power, control over all powers. And when you say, now, I can't say the name, but when you say Aleph, Daled, Nun, Yud, Hashem's name, as we often pronounce it, there it's supposed to mean Master of the Universe. Okay? That's what you mean when you say Hashem's name. Now, then there's the form of God's name which we never pronounce, and that's the one that's spelled with a Yud, and then a Hey, and then a Vav, and then a Hey. I said it like that because we don't like to say all the letters together. We're always scared about pronouncing that name. Some people call it Yud K Vav K for short, instead of saying Yud and then the Hey, etc. Anyway, when you say that name, the Yud K Vav K form of God's name, the halacha for that one is you're supposed to be thinking Haya, Hoveh, V'Yihiyeh. He was, he is, and he always will be. Now, then there's one more detail to add, and that is, you know that the Yud K Vav K name we never pronounce. And most of God's name, whenever they're written like with two Yuds, or Yud K Vav K, or Aleph Daled Nun Yud, we always pronounce them like Aleph Daled Nun Yud. Since we're always pronouncing it Aleph Daled Nun Yud, most poskim say that the proper way to think it is the way you're pronouncing it. And since you're saying Ado, and then Noi, since you're saying that version of God's name, it's okay at that time to think of that translation of God's name, which is Master of the Universe. So that's what you can think whenever you're saying the Aleph Daled Nun Yud pronunciation. But the Mishnah Berurah brings the Vilna Gaon, who says that when you say the two Hashems in Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, those are supposed to be spelled Yud K Vav K, so they're supposed to have that other meaning, but we're pronouncing them Aleph Daled Nun Yud. So the Vilna Gaon says the best thing to do at that point is to think both of the meanings, especially when saying that sentence of Shema, and that both of the meanings together would kind of be in your head like this: Hashem, the Master of the Universe, who was, is, and always will be. That's the best way to think the two Hashems when you're saying that first sentence of Shema. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.